the link up. Guys, this is Karwirwa Gospel, and as always, I'm your girl, Cecilia Lubanga, and this week we are having so much lined up for you. And in my studios today, I'm having one of the most amazing, lovely, beautiful gospel artists in Kenya, and she's one of the most the top female gospel artist in the country. And as I said earlier, we are discussing about youth and responsibility, and she's here to help me ponder over the topic. Karibu sana, Laura.
Asante sana.
Hey, msichana. You are, what is it called? You're making our studios shine today.
Aye, please. Na vile nime black on black.
But you know, you look amazing.
Thank you.
Honestly, thank you so much for coming to Karwirwa Gospel.
Thanks for having me.
Laura, you're a gospel artist, and trust me, your music has always blessed so many people out there. Do you know that those people who have never met you, they just kuna wamesikia wimbo maybe hata kwa gari or somewhere, and they're just like, that song is nice, but who is the lady, you know? Who is this lady who sings these amazing gospel songs? So who is Laura?
Oh, that question always catches me off guard. Like, I can never be ready for it, no matter how much I know it's coming. But I would say, okay, Laura, I'm a believer in the risen Christ. I am a lover of life. I am a family girl. I really love family and friends. Just the world around me, I really treasure it. I love to sing. I sing for my soul, and I sing to my God. And I've just also been blessed to have an opportunity to share that gift to the world. I'm also a TV host, imagine.
Yeah.
And
you're here now being hosted today.
No, you know, sometimes there are things I say. Even the other day I was at an interview, I didn't even remember to say that I'm a TV host, because I think some things are a miracle also. Just grateful for everything God has done in my life, every door He's opened. So, what else? I am a nutritionist and dietitian. I knew there was something I was forgetting. That's my I don't even know what my career is, but that's my other life.
What do you mean you don't know what your career is?
Because I am a TV host, a musician, a nutritionist and dietitian.
But basically that means you have so many skills in one person, so you're able to multitask.
We can say that.
Among many things.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. You know, the world today needs so many of such people, because you know, you can't just rely on one lane when it comes to trying to survive. The economy is quite tough. Things are not easy. And in line with that, today we are discussing about youth and responsibility. You know, we see how youth turn out today, how they choose to live today, and in most cases you find that most of these youth blame this on parenting, how the world has turned out to be. You know, like, should that be the case?
I mean, I don't blame them for blaming the world. Let me actually say us, because I'm also a young person. I don't blame us for sometimes blaming the world, blaming our parents, blaming our upbringing. I think maybe sometimes we misinterpret. You know, we live in a woke world. Like, this world right now is very woke. We know about parental traumas, childhood traumas, things like those. And I think knowing about these things is one thing, and how you apply them in your life is another thing. Because now that you know there's something like childhood traumas, it doesn't mean that now you start blaming your whole life on your childhood traumas. What it means is that you should actually now heal your childhood traumas so that you become a better person in the world that you're in right now. So I think that's a first step, that let's rightly interpret the information around us, to use it for our good and not to use it as an excuse. That's the first thing I can say.
Now, Laura, I'm sure before you actually decided that you're going to pursue, you know, this line of music, and of course there's so many categories of music, but you chose to do gospel, you know, something inspired you to go with that line. Like, what was behind that?
Wow, I think a large part of my life is, let me say honestly, my whole life is centered around my relationship with God. I think that's why it came naturally for me to do gospel music. I was actually having a conversation just this morning about, you know, I was at the gym, one of the trainers asked me, "By the way, would you do like a love song?" And actually said, yeah, I would, because I mean, I also fall in like, and also fall in love.
You're a human being at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, I'm a human being. So it's not even about, I know there are extremes. I know when we talk secular, then there's an extreme to secular, which, to be honest, I wouldn't just not do it because you were to, or for business reasons. It's just because it's not who I am. You know, I think at the end of the day, you want authenticity. You want to be authentic,
True.
and you also want someone to be giving you an authentic vibe. So if I'm singing a love song, I'm singing a song about family, if I'm singing a song about health, as long as it's the truth of my heart and I'm communicating a message to someone's soul, I think that's what matters most. So it's just that I started off gospel, and I will stay gospel. I'm not, I know someone is going to misinterpret me.
Someone's like,
Someone's gonna be like,
let's just watch her, how she goes.
Dalili, anakani kama anaenda kunini. No.
Relax.
That's not what I mean. I'm just saying that even though I am a Christian, and that's a big part and a very core part of my life, I'm also human. And why not sing about the other aspects of humanity, as long as I keep it within the confines of how God would want me to live. So at the end of the day, I think I would absolutely allow someone to question me if I'm doing something that's out of line with God's word or God's will. But other than that, at the end of the day, these the core. So I think that's the answer to that question. That where's your core? Where are you drawing? Who you are from? Where are you drawing it from? And I think for me, it's God.
Okay. And so far, how was the journey for you? Pursuing music. Because the world knows you more when it comes to music. It's just the people who know that Laura does these extra other stuffs, but you are more familiar out here because of the kind of music that you do. How was the journey for you? Or rather, how has the journey been for you?
It's been, sometimes when you think about the fact that it's a journey, sometimes you just wake up one day and do something. The next day you do the other thing and you're just like, oh, we are moving. So now I look back and this is maybe my 6th year and I can't believe it.
Okay.
So how's the journey been now that I'm thinking about it? It's been a journey of favor and grace and a lot of patience. And of course, as with any journey, it's had its challenges. And I think the reason why I'm able to enjoy the journey for what it is because I take my music journey a step at a time. Sometimes I'm broke, I can't do a video, I'm just like, yeah.
Okay. Now, Laura, having that you're talking about youth and responsibility, to some extent, can I conclude that the you have turned out to be today, somewhere it was more about your responsibility rather than how the world made you be? Most people are influenced by how the world, the world around them is. But there are those who just decide that, what, I want this, and I'm going to go by this. Whether the entire population is on the other side and I'm on this side, I really don't care. So how was it for you?
Again, like I said earlier, how I can't blame someone for following the pack. It's because that's an easier thing to do.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you that there are many, I'm faced with day-to-day decisions where I know I'm just going off the tangent and I know this is going to be awkward to everyone else, but I'm like, yeah. So one of the principles I go by is, I'm not going to pretend.
Okay.
Sometimes, I kind of believe also that sometimes even if you're going to go on a journey and it's actually an actual mistake, sometimes you can't know everything. No one is born knowing everything. Sometimes you actually have to get to that bump, make that mistake so that you learn and do better. But at the end of the day, as long as you're true to yourself, I think that really matters. So I think one of the things that has helped me is I question a lot of things. I just question them, not there's questioning for you're criticizing it, and then there's questioning for,
You want to understand?
Yeah. So what's this thing? What's the frame of thinking? So that has helped me figure out a path. And also in a world that's too opinionated, you need to also be okay with not having an opinion on certain things. So those things that I've not yet drawn a conclusion about, I'm just like, okay, let me keep thinking about it. I'll see where I lie. So I'd say I've been able to, I really do live my own life, to be very honest. Sometimes even in my music journey, I've been told things. Oh, minyaman sana, takusahau.
The kind of pressure you get from the audience.
And I'm just like, you know what, by the way, you're not wrong to say that, but kuna kitu ina happen kwa life yangu huwezi understand.
Yeah.
You may not understand the fact that I'm a student while I'm doing this music. You may not understand that there's a point in my life I relied fully on my parents' income to push my music, because I started music straight out of high school.
Oh, nice.
Sikuwa na kakitu, nothing, so it's like, mommy, I have a song. So you may not know my story, even though you're right to say what you're saying. You may not know where I'm coming from with a certain decision. So I learned that thing of accept your life. na usonge tu
They're
nayo.
responsible for your life.
Accept your life and be responsible for it. Accept your life, take responsibility for what it is. You can't change your background, you can't change some things about you. You just have to accept the journey for what it is, and that really helps.
Okay. Now, let's talk of these youths already. They already went the wrong direction, and to some extent, some of them, they feel like they've hit the wall. And they feel like already there's no, turning back. So they're stuck in that cocoon. Like, now, my parents were irresponsible. I didn't go to school. They didn't have money. So yeah, I'm a drunkard, or let me just live my life. I'm comfortable with this. Is that really right?
I really sometimes I struggle to even say whether it's. Just maybe give a direct answer. And I know not everyone likes it that way. Some people just want to say, is it right or wrong? Is it right or wrong? But for me, I sometimes think empathetically. Some people do some things really coming from a tough place. So we should really try to understand their story more before we go right into, But again, let's not also again use that as an excuse. And let's also not think that life is just going to be A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should build a resilience that helps you handle life's problems, so that, and that's what makes it sound dumb to say, me, I'm drinking because, life has become hard. It's like, why is life is hard to you alone? Okay, let's be honest.
Yeah, of course.
Is life hard to you alone?
Everyone has their own challenges.
Everyone has their own challenges. So I would encourage someone instead, build a resilience. By the way, none of us is immune to drug addiction and nini. Leo life inaweza kupiga ujipate tu kwa hiyo shimo. But the fact that you have that understanding that, okay, this is not a shimo I'd want to go to. So what do you do instead? Build a resilience. Build something in you that says, man, I'm going to take my problems as they are, I'm going to brave it, and I'm going to do okay. So I just say, you can't blame anyone for your life. And life happens to all of us. You're not special, I'm sorry to say. You're not special at sasa where you'll be immune to some challenges. So I'd encourage you, build resilience, because when you're falling onto drugs, when you're falling onto sex, onto girls or boys, onto maybe even sometimes work, we mass ourselves, or money, when you're falling onto all of that, then what are you doing? You're making this thing have power over you. Because now you're trying to say that this is the thing that's going to heal my pain. You're giving this thing power over you. Why not just give something that's above and beyond you, which is God, and also build that strength inside of you to say, mi niko tu sawa baby, naumia sasa nimesota, but niko tu sawa.
You make what is it called? You make fun out of everything, not in the sense that it's funny, but it makes you feel like, okay, I know I'm suffering, but it's funny.
Let me tell you, it's not even about joking. It's just being lighthearted. Sometimes just like, okay, man, that guy, yani, me, I like him, but imekataa tu. It's okay. It's. I really think it helps to humor helps to lighten life up a bit.
Yeah, true. So that's the kind of attitude that you feel people should use when pursuing life. Now, Laura, lastly, as we conclude, do you have that one point in your life that you really thought that you'll have fallen into temptation of going the wrong direction, but you're able to withstand?
I'm sure temptation? I have. I may not even remember an exact instance, but I'm sure I have. Yeah. And it wasn't easy. And trying to think about it, I can see how my friends have helped me a lot. Like, I have positive energy around me, such that even when you're thinking of slipping into something, that they just say, hey, how are you? Even this thing, they check on you. You're just like, oh, this one is in my business. So I have to act right. So I'm sure I have to. I've had instances like those, whether in small things or big things, depending on, how we see things. So one, I think my friends have really helped me stay in check. My family as well, that accountability has really helped me. So that's the word, accountability. Two, honestly, having been in a journey with God for a couple of years now, I think it has gradually become the center of my life. So even when I veer off, I find myself just going back to that place where I'm like, okay, you know what, right now I don't even understand you, but if you're real, show yourself in my situation right now, or show yourself in this thing. Just help me, because I'm feeling helpless to this situation. Just help me. I'm sure I have, and that's now what I can say to someone when they face a temptation. Allow accountability, pray about it, journal, think about it, just like immerse your thoughts into it. Think about, okay, fine, even if I choose to do this thing, what's the end game?
True.
Most of the times when you think about that, when you think about it in depth, you won't do it, baby. By the time you're done thinking about it, you'll have changed your mind.
The problem, you're like,
Yeah.
I think that's the kind of direction I'm taking.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, nice. So, Laura, as we wrap up the discussion, guys, I already told you that this girl, if you have not heard Laura's music, I don't know what you're still waiting for, because she does amazing gospel songs that can really bless your day-to-day life. So, Laura, I want you to give me a parting shot. I want you to face that camera. There's a youth who is watching you somewhere. Just give them a parting shot of what you think.
Yeah.
There's that thing in your heart that you feel like, if I don't say this today, I will have failed maybe someone somewhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
Words are powerful. Wait. Okay. To you who's watching me and you relate with me because we are in the same age, maybe, you know, facing the same things, going through the day-to-day. Maybe in some ways I actually inspire you. I would say first, God loves you. God loves you, whether you're in a good time, a tough time, whether you're deep in some weird thing that you can't seem to wrap your mind around. He really loves you. So stop running away from him. Instead, just try come closer and you'll see how much he loves you. By the way, he never moves. Ni sisi watu tunasonga. Number 2, I tell you, your life is your own. And you need to take responsibility for it. You cannot blame anyone for choices that you make, especially when you have come to a place where you're now grown, you have a mind of your own. May God transform you by the renewal of your mind. Start to start thinking the kind of thoughts that just build up your life. Own your life, own your decisions, own your mistakes, own your choices, own your whole life, and trust me, you will be invincible, you will be great, you will be powerful. God bless you.
Amazing. That's a very powerful message from Karwirwa Laura, and I really hope it blesses your weekend as you have fun watching this music and jump to the best of gospel music in Revia Gospel. That message should make you rethink your life. Back to you, DJ Namsha.